Hey everybody. Some of you have decided to use Scratch for your coding projects. You want to make maybe a simple game and learn how to design games. Scratch is a great place to work on that, especially if you're new to coding. So I thought I'd take a little time to make a video or two about some basic stuff you might want to use in your game design. Today, because often games require things to move around the screen, I decided to set myself the task of making a bouncing ball. So that's what we're going to start with. I'm going to first of all click on this scissors tool and get rid of the cat. I don't want a cat here. I'm going to go to a new sprite and choose the ball. And a couple of things to notice. When I move my mouse around this area here, the screen of the program, you might be able to see on your screen, it depends on how big your window is, that these numbers down here move, X and Y. When I move left and right, the X changes. When I move up and down, the Y changes. This is a grid, a numbered grid, and 0, 0 is right about in the middle. And Y goes up to 180 and down to negative 180. X goes right to 240 and left to negative 240. So that's the grid we're dealing with here. And it's good to keep that in mind because when you move things around on your screen, you do that by telling them where to go by the numbers. One neat thing about this, I've got this open to the motion tab of blocks here, is that when you move your sprite around, the numbers inside this particular block go to X and Y of this and that. They change. So I can choose a spot that I want my sprite to be, and then I can just grab this block and throw it out here and keep that there so that if I lose my ball later, it goes off the screen or something, I can just click on it and put it right back to where I wanted it to be at the start. So I'm going to grab that one to begin with. Now, I want my ball to drop down and then bounce back up. So let's see how I can do that. Well, to make it move, I need to change the y value. So I need to change y by some, well, actually some negative number to make it move down. So I could make it move down 100 by negative 100, and then I suppose I could make it move back up again by 100, and so it should go down and then come back up. Let's see what that looks like. Did you see that? Yeah, I didn't either because it happened so fast. It went down 100 and up 100, but we wouldn't know that by looking. Let's put in a wait here. So we're going to wait. Well, I'm impatient, so I'm going to change it to half a second. Let's try that again. There it goes, down 100, up 100. Doesn't look much like a bouncing ball. It looks like a teleporting ball. The way we deal with that is we use repeat loops, and then we change the y by smaller increments so we get a nice smooth flowing graphic. So let's try this. I'm going to use a forever loop, and we're going to start, let's move this, changing y just by negative 1. And then, whoops, I ran that piece of code there. My ball jumped up. Then what we want to do is we want to make sure that if it reaches the bottom, like if I ran this, it moves pretty slowly. And it gets to the bottom, and then the script is still running, but it can't do anything because it's off the edge of the screen there. So let's stop that. So I guess what I really want to do is if it's up here, I want it to move down, but if it's down here, I want it to start moving up. So let's create a flag with some variables. I'm going to make this variable, I'm going to call it flag. You could call it anything you want to, but flag is going to say whether it's falling or it's rising. So I'm going to choose this block right here. It says set flag to falling. So that is going to be the initial state because we want it to be up there and it's going to start falling. And then this, we're only going to make this happen if flag says falling. So I'm going to go to my control and choose an if statement. So if, and we're going to choose the equals operator, and back to the data to choose flag and type in falling. So if it's falling, then we change y by, well, actually, let's make it move a little faster. Let's change y by 3. Now we need another if statement to check if it gets down to the bottom. So let's do that. So if, and we'll get our operators again. I'm going to say less than if the y position is less than a certain amount. So let's find our y position here. There's the y position. So if the y position is less than, let's say, I'll make it bounce. I could make it bounce anywhere. Let's say negative 140. Then we're going to set the flag to rising. So let's do that. Set flag to rising. And now we need one more if statement. So if the flag is rising, then we can change y by a positive value. So change y by 3. All right, I'm going to try running this. There's actually an error in this program, and you might see it already. But watch what happens. It should fall down and then bounce up. Let's see if we can do that. Falling, falling. Hey, it bounced. Yay, awesome. Rising. Oh, whoa, oh, and it rose all the way to the top because I didn't set an if statement for if the y position is, let's say, greater than 140. So I could do that. Back to our operators, we'll choose a greater than, get the y position, and let's say 140. All right, now this should, let's just attach that to the top there. Oh, did that not attach? Oh, I dumped this out of my forever loop. Let's try that again. Now this should bounce. Oh, whoops. I didn't actually change anything. Let's do that. So set flag, nope, set flag to falling. Aha. Yay, now we have a bouncing ball. It's not very realistic yet. It doesn't actually fall like a real ball would fall in the real world. So we're going to try changing that in our next video.